Part 3. I'm almost done. I promise. I promise. So my weight has always been something of a challenge for me, and I don't blame nobody but myself. I accept full responsibility for it. It is something that I did realize and recognize early on that that has been a major factor for me not trying a lot of new adventures, for me not being able to do a lot of things that maybe at some point I thought about, but obviously my condition was not something that was favorable for any of that stuff. So to give you the heads up, around November, the first week of November, this was the last week of October. I spoke with my dad and I said, Dad, this is what I want to do 2025. This is what I want to do. These are the accomplishments I want to do. These are challenges I want to take on for myself and try out for myself and you know, document it. And I did this whole presentation to my dad, and he was sitting there. It was 6:30 in the morning, and I'm sharing with him, and he takes a sip of his coffee, and the first thing he says, the person that you are right now cannot sustain and cannot accomplish any of the stuff that you want to do. And in that moment, just with that little sentence, he shattered my world. But I stood there like it slipped off me. Like I didn't even, like I didn't even pay attention to that. But that's all he said. And I'm like, is that seriously all you're going to tell me? Is that seriously all you're going to share with me? And then he's all like, I'm telling you right now, the person that you are, who you are right now, is not sustainable for what you want to accomplish this 2025. And it was then that I told him, I need you to give me mentorship so that I can get into the right mindset and get into the right headspace and get into the right physical space to be able to do this. I want to accomplish all of these goals, but I don't want to allow my business to fail. I don't want all of these other important things that I have going on in my life to necessarily take second place. I want to organize myself. I want to revamp myself so that I process and do things so that I don't let one thing go over the other. I want to make sure that everything that is important has its time and has its attention so that I may succeed and I be able to do all of these things. And he says, that's a major feat. That's a major job that you're going to have to do. And I told him I have 67 days. I told him, yeah, I believe 67 days. And I said, you have 67 days to help me to shift my mindset and get ready for this. And I want to tell you that yesterday, the 31st of December, I received my last mentorship of last year. And the last class was, now it's time to execute. That was the topic. That was the theme. And so many things started going on from there because that's where I realized that this really, this got real, you know? And here I am making this first video to you and letting you know that I have started my health journey. New year, new me. Yes, it's a cliche, but this is where we got to start, because if I don't put myself, my health in check and in place, I won't be able to do all of this other stuff that I have planned for this 2025. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because I want you to be part of my journey. I want you to be with me when I accomplish something. I want to be able to share with you. You're my friend, you're my family. And there's no greater support that I could have than your support. And this is kind of the part where like I reach out to you and I say, please help me out. I'll talk about this a little bit later because I've already done a lot of conversation here and I think I'm reaching my limit here. But my brother, for the longest time, ever since he was a big The Office show fan, we've always been that's something that we share in common, and we're always, you know, going back to reciting certain things from that program. And when he was much younger, he just liked this one episode where one of the characters, they call him Tuna, and Andy calls Jim Tuna. And from there, he's always called me, hey, Tuna this and hey, Tuna that. I don't know what his correlation was between that episode and stuff that we were going through, and that he just started calling me Big Tuna. So, hey, Big Tuna this and Big Tuna that. And it's just stuck. And it's something that when people have heard him, they're like, what the heck? They're like, you guys wouldn't understand. And the people that have, they're all like, is that from The Office? I'm like, yes, exactly. So my channel on YouTube is gonna be Big Tuna. So I know it's crazy. It's crazy, but hey, it goes. It's kind of the first thing that I thought. I actually spoke with a friend, and I'm all like, you know what? I'm struggling to find to find a name for my channel. And it was a random, I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. And this dude calls me up and he's like, have you thought about the name of your show? Like the channel? I'm like, honestly, I have not for the life of me been able to find what to call it. And he's all like, why don't you just call it Big Tuna or Tunalicious or something along those lines? And I busted out laughing and I'm all like, oh my God, it was like that light bulb moment. I'm all like, why not? It's the funniest thing. It's just out there and it's kind of like my 2025 year plan. And I'm all like, why not? And he thought I was like, I wouldn't consider it, but like literally that's what I went for. And so I will be providing all my contacts. Some of you guys have noticed that on my Facebook, I already have it linked. On that one, I believe it's Tuna Nation, because eventually we're going to grow up to be a big crowd. That's what I'm hoping for. And most importantly, what I want to do is be able to share with you the fact that it's never too late to try something new. And I know that kind of like that. I was talking about the midlife crisis, which is very valid, and it's very something that is very detrimental for mental health for a lot of men in our nation. And I know that there's these people that go through really tough situations. And I count myself lucky because I had somebody to mentor me. I've always had somebody that has given me a word of wisdom when he's seen that's my father. When he's seen me that I'm kind of like getting out of line, or he sees that, hey, you're if you continue this way, you're going to crash into a wall, or if you continue that way, you're going to have bad consequences. So he's always been there to help me and to guide me. And there's been times that I have a different perspective and I have a different idea than he does. But at the end of the day, I realized that what he's telling me was true. So I don't want to take this either and be insulting to anyone that has gone through a midlife crisis or is going through a midlife crisis. On the contrary, I would love to share with you what I have been shared, like what I've received, and kind of do like a daily diary on my channel, which eventually will be up starting January. I want to start the first official channel and videos, daily videos, January 6th, Monday. I will be posting everything here on my Facebook for now. And from there, kind of like promoting so we can get some traction on that. But I wanna do this channel in a sense, not about me necessarily, but rather the message that it's never too late to try something new. And at the same time, to remind you that you are more than capable to take control of your situation. It's all mind over matter. What I was reading about when it comes to midlife crisis, it's more of a mental situation. A lot of things that, thoughts that come into your mind and make you feel like you're running out of time, like you have not accomplished anything. It kind of makes you overlook a lot of the good things that you have in your life, and you hyper focus on the things you don't have. So if you change your mindset, you change your life, you change the way that you see things, and it broadens your perspective, and it tells you and it reminds you that you still have life. You still have a lot to share. You still have a lot to do. It's just a matter of getting out of the weeds, getting out of your mind, and saying, you know what? I'm able to do this. I'm able to do that. Plan something and be determined and be able to do the go after executing. And as I said at the beginning, whether it's a small victory or a big victory, it's a victory. You celebrate. And I want you to celebrate with me all of these things that I do. I want to share this with you. It's going to be more of an encouraging thing, and at the same time, just a journey that I'd like you to take with me. Would you join me? If I invited you, would you join me? Would you help me? accomplish all of these goals, all you got to do is listen to my videos. And if you can click like, share, I would greatly appreciate that.